big story at noon. Companies can now deny their employees free birth control because the company has religious objection. That measure was handed down by the U.S. Supreme Court just a little while ago. Here's our Tracy Potts with more on what this decision means.
It's a narrow victory for Hobby Lobby, Conestoga Wood, and dozens of other companies that sued, arguing they cannot be forced to provide contraceptives that violate the company's religious beliefs. Those companies argued morning after pills and IUDs are akin to abortion by preventing fertilized eggs to implant.
This was about protecting and defending the rights of all Americans to run their businesses according to their deeply held convictions.
In its 5-4 decision, the court was careful to point out this ruling does not allow companies to refuse to pay for other health coverage, like blood transfusions and vaccines. The government had argued that the free contraceptives in the health law are for all women, including those who work for religious for-profit companies.
Where do you draw the line of what acceptable religious beliefs can veto what health care needs? If I have a boss who believes that smoking is a sin, is my lung cancer treatment not covered? If I have a boss that believes that AIDS is punishment for homosexuality, do I not get covered for my HIV medication?
It's a limited decision, the latest challenge to the Affordable Care Act. Tracy Potts, NBC News at the U.S. Supreme Court.
Now, the court also ruled that there's no difference between religious companies like Hobby Lobby in business to make money and religious nonprofits, charities which are already exempt from the law. The Alabama-based EWTN Global Catholic Network responded to today's ruling saying, quote, EWTN is extremely pleased with today's Supreme Court decision in the Hobby Lobby case. The fact that the court believes that the government has less restrictive means of accomplishing its goals is very helpful. The statement goes on to say, however, it remains unclear whether this decision addresses the serious objections that EWTN has raised with regard to the government's accommodation scheme for nonprofit faith-based organizations. We are consulting with our legal team to determine how this significant decision applies to EWTN and our pending case before the courts.